Hey guys, it's Katie with Factory Direct Crafts, and today I'm going to show you how to make this nautical mason jar. What you're going to need for this project is you're going to need a blue mason jar, some jute or string, a pair of scissors, and some thicker jute to wrap around the top, and a hot glue gun. So once you grab your materials, let's go ahead and get started on this fun macrame project. The first step in making your fishnet mason jar is measuring the mouth of your jar. So I'm just going to take my jute and run it around the upper rim, leaving about 2 inches on both sides. And this is going to serve as the base for all of our knots. Next, you want to cut 10 pieces of jute, and they need to measure about 32 inches each. So I'm just going to eyeball 3 feet, roughly, and cut that. And now I'm going to cut 9 more pieces and match this length. Actually have them all cut and ready to go right here. So the next step is starting your knots for your macrame. So you're going to knot them onto your piece of jute that's the same size as the jar, the neck, the mouth of your mason jar. So I'm going to go ahead and take a piece of jute and I'm going to fold it in half. And at the center point is where we're going to attach it to our anchor piece. So to do that, we're going to do a really simple knot. You just fold it in half, slide this underneath the anchor piece, and fold the 2 tails up and through the loop. And you just pull them all the way through, just like that, and tighten it. And that'll create a little knot to hold it on. So I'm gonna go ahead and put on all of the pieces of jute pretty evenly spread out, but you need to leave the 2 inches on both sides without knots, because that part will not stay on the jar. That's just what we're gonna use to tie. So that'll be trimmed off later. So again, with the knot, you just slide this underneath, flip the tails up and through the center, pull them through, and then pull it tight. So I'll check back with you guys when I have these all knotted up and ready to go. So now I have all my knots tied on, so I'm going to go ahead and attach it to my mason jar just by wrapping it around and tying the ends. And now it's time to start our macrame. So this is super simple, just a lot of repetition. What you want to do is you want to grab the 2 strings that are closest to one another, just like this. And I'm going to tie them in a knot, just by wrapping it around my fingers and then pulling it through. And you want the knot to be about 1 inch, maybe a little less, from the top. So now I'm going to take this one and the next one that's nearby and tie that in a knot. And I'm going to continue going all the way around. So now I'm going to go ahead and show you the next step. Once you've knotted all those all the way around, you'll have this. And now we want to create a diamond shape by taking the next 2 closest. These 2 are nearby from separate knots. And we're going to tie them together about the same distance down as your first knot. And then you'll repeat that step all the way around the mason jar as well. And you just want to keep doing this knotting pattern with the next one that's nearby. Keep knotting the string that's nearby until you reach the bottom of your mason jar, and then I'll show you how to bind off. So once you're done with all your knots, your jar should look like this. And now we're going to go ahead and kind of bind off. So I'm going to flip this upside down and spread out the strings. And we're going to cut a piece of jute. And we're going to make a circle around the bottom of the jar, just slightly smaller than the jar. So cut as much as you need to tie a sturdy double knot. And now we're going to tie these around. So I'm going to go ahead and slide it through the loop. And just double knot it. And as we do one on the other side, it will hold it in place. So now I'm going to take one from this side, string through the loop, and double knot it nice and tight. You're going to repeat this step until all of the strings are knotted off. Now that I have them all knotted, I'm going to go ahead and trim off the excess and clean this up a little bit. And now your jar will sit nicely right side up. So now I'm just going to trim up the top knot. And now it's time to finish out our mason jar by adding a little bit of decoration to the neck of the jar. So I have this really great thick kind of jute wire. So I'm just going to apply a line of hot glue around the top of the jar and place my jute right there. And run it all the way around. And I'm actually going to go twice around the top just to cover all the loose ends and kind of make it look a little cleaner. And you've gone around 2 times, just go ahead and cut it. And then you can secure the end of it with hot glue. And now you have your finished fishnet mason jar. Super cute summer decoration or beach house decoration. You can fill it with sand or shells from your favorite beach holiday, and remember your vacation always. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you have a lot of fun with this project.